Hello everyone, this is Phoenix Tremayne, and what you're seeing right now is spring! It's snowing. What the fuck is that about? I mean, I'm sure some of you out there are happy that it's snowing and you didn't have to go to work or you didn't have to go to school. But for the rest of us that need to make some money, this is some bullshit. So I'm showing you what it looks like outside of my house right now, and I'm not a happy camper. I do a lot of things. One of the things I do is my productions, which I'm actually going to show you a teaser clip at the end of this review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. But, I also have a fitness business. I have a fitness business, and my clients are not going to want to come out in the fucking snow, especially since I live in the woods. So they're going to be complaining about the hills and the roads and just getting up here. So, I'm not happy because if my clients don't come, I don't make money. And I have a mortgage. So, with that said, and I think I fairly bitched enough about spring having a snowfall, then I'm going to get to my Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 5, Episode 19, Donktabulous review. This review will hopefully be pretty short because the episode didn't give me a whole lot to go on till the very end, just like last episode. So, it started off with Kenya running away from the party because she finds out Walter is there. And, we could have saw that shit last week. Actually, we did. This was just her trying to get out the parking lot. There was no confrontation with Walter. There was no confrontation with any of the girls. It's just her running off like a little bitch. Then we have Nene and Greg talking about season 2 of the new normal. What's going to happen because their kid needs to go to school. Do they really want him to go to school in LA and take him away from his friends? So Nene's suggestion is Greg stay in Atlanta with the kids while she goes off in LA to do the show, and then she'll just commute. But Greg ain't feeling that idea. Last thing he wants is Nene to run around Hollywood, around these hot guys and celebrities, and, leaving the old man at home. Literally leaving the old man at home. And so he looks like, somebody shot his puppy, so she laughs and like she was joking. I think that's one of them situations where you kind of say something to see what a person will say. If they agree, woo. If they don't, And I think it was a moment. Cynthia and Kenya disagree about how she handled Walter at the event. Kenya calls Walter a stalker, and Cynthia's like, he was invited to the event. You're acting foolish. You shouldn't have ran out and made a scene. And, Kenya tries to defend herself, but Cynthia, who knows how to beat that dead horse, just as Kenya reminds her of, doesn't let it go, just like she did in Anguilla. And finally, Kenya just kind of collapses to the weight of Cynthia's pressure and agrees that she was right. Dr. Sherry from the Braxton's Family Values shows up on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, let's hope that Dr. Sherry can fix Portia Stewart's life. That's Ayanna, right? But let's hope that Dr. Sherry can fix the, because she does, try to get them Braxtons in line. So hopefully she does the same with Portia, who was crying about, she had a pregnancy, lasted 4 months, then she had a miscarriage because, I forgot, she had something, because they have a miscarriage, and so she's crying and things like that. And I'm like, this is character development we should have saw in episode 2, not that shit of where she thinks there's 265 days in a year. So, Dr. Sherry talks about the husband, well, he's your support system, and Portia pretty much says that, well, she can't really talk to him. And I've said before, said it again, Portia seems more like a girl who's becoming a woman. In this episode, she says having a baby made her feel more like a woman, and you can see that she just hit the fast forward button on her life, and now she's trying to play catch up. It's like she's a little girl playing house, and everybody's expecting her to be a grown-ass woman, and it's not quite clicking, Then we get something that I really thought was cool. This was Candy's bedroom Candy boutique party meeting for women who are going to be selling her shit. So women flew from all over the country to meet with Candy at this award ceremony, which she got an award from the AVN, which is for her sex toy. So she's like, I got a Grammy and I got an AVN award. Woo! 3 episodes ago, she was talking about being prayed up in, the gospel episodes where she was doing the gospel song. I think she should make up her mind. Not that people in church don't fuck, but damn. Sort of a little bit of schizophrenia, So I think Candy, is doing a great job. I mean, she has an amazing house. She's a great businesswoman. She finally found a man that hopefully he isn't gay. And, they're talking about families. They're definitely engaged, as we know, online. I'm sure he's going to get her that ring. We may see it in the next episode, or she's got her own show coming, so we may see it in that. So, I really love seeing Candy in this new element where she's actually showing how each episode we see how progressively her business is growing. Last episode, she found her office space. So I'm really, really happy for Candy because I didn't know what to expect from her a season or two ago. Oh, did she come on the second season? Something like that. I didn't really know what to expect from her, but it's been a great ride, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. I will watch her show. Kenya gets ready for her video. Oh, wait a minute. I skipped something. Cynthia and Nene go out for drinks. Only thing that happened is they talked about wine, and Cynthia suggested that Nene and Greg get married. This is another orchestrated event, just like when I do my Love and Hip Hop reviews where they orchestrate little scenes. This scene was orchestrated because he proposes at the end of the episode. So this is sort of like continuing that story, leading up to the finale of this episode. Writers, you gotta get better. It's so obvious. And then we have Candy and Todd in bed. And like I said, I really like Candy more and more with every episode and every scene that she's in. She's so level-headed and down to earth. I like her because she's so natural. And then we see Todd's getting a little bit of a belly. So please don't get fat and happy, at least before you get the ring. Shit. Candy is worried that she's not spending enough time with her mom. And, her mom has been pretty upset that, she's not, with her all the time like she used to be. But we all know when you get in a relationship, you're with your mate, more than you are with, your family, friends, cousins, best friends, whoever. And they do the same thing to you, but loneliness, love, company, and I mean, her mother, as far as we know from the show, doesn't have a man. So I could just imagine how lonely she probably is, especially with her daughter moving on, and Candy mentions that maybe her mother should move in. And Todd nips that shit in the bud. He's like, we just got together. We don't need your mother here. Especially one that's not happy, about how much time she doesn't have with you, and then to have her entering our relationship complicating things. So Candy puts her foot down, saying when her mother's too old to be on her own, she's definitely moved in. But for now, she agrees that maybe it's good that they stay separate. And then they start talking about pregnancy and will he be okay with a surrogate. And he's like, hell yeah, I want all my shit tight. Keep it tight. So she's surprised that he's okay with a surrogate. But, I mean, he's like, if you come out with an album, you want your body. So then she's like, oh, you don't want me to get big. Candy, you don't want to get big. You say it almost every episode you mention your weight. So obviously it's in the back of your mind. And you mention a surrogate, not him. So, obviously we're all on the same page that, you've got a nice thick body, you're sexy right now. But there are limits. I am a personal trainer, and I'm speaking from that perspective. No bigger. Let me see. And then they talk about ended with prenups. And he agrees to a prenup, but he does want provisions in the prenup that makes things fair. So if they're separate, then things are really taken care of, such as the house. then we get the meat and potatoes of the episode for me, because I'm a producer and I will be putting a teaser clip of my upcoming production on the Stalker Files. You've probably seen several clips from. It's an anthology series. I'm going to actually do a movie version of it too, called Darkness in the Dawn. And I put together a tease with Dawn Maria Gomez, who's the star of it. And I think it's a cool teaser. You know, get you ready for the feel of what the show is going to be like. And so anyway, watching Kenya and Phaedra do their videos, it was sort of like a dueling back and forth video, sort of compare and contrast of Phaedra's video versus Kenya's video, and it's the making of. And watching what happens live with Andy Cohen yesterday morning, it was a rerun, and it was Kenya was on there, and there was some poll on there. I don't know what the question was because I wasn't paying attention, and it has said something about, you know, comparing Phaedra to Kenya, and Phaedra won by a landslide, and Andy looked blindsided like, oh shit, I didn't know the poll was going to go that way. They didn't even show Kenya's face because I guess they didn't want to get her reaction or embarrassment. You know, they kind of like kept it on Andy, and then towards the end they put on Kenya when I guess she could get her game face back on. But people really do like Phaedra more than Kenya. Kenya's drama might be fun to watch, but when it comes down to persons, you know, people who you root for, feel sorry for, you really lean more towards Phaedra because Kenya's too dramatic and she's caused too much trouble for nothing. And I'm not a Kenya fan. You know, I've seen a couple episodes where I really thought, okay, maybe I might become a Kenya fan, but right now she hasn't won me over. And I remember when Phaedra first started, she didn't win me over either. I'm like, who's this crazy bitch? Back when she was pregnant, she was on some crazy ass shit. So, you know, I wasn't a Phaedra fan. I'm like, this bitch ain't gonna last long. But now I like Phaedra. And what I didn't like was the way Andy, the producers, whoever helped edit this video, it was obviously leaning more towards Kenya's favor. They were making Phaedra look like a fool and Kenya look more professional and like she's going to have a more put together fitness video. You see, even the sets, you know, that's one thing they couldn't fuck up. You know, Phaedra is grand, so she of course snatched up a mansion and filmed in a beautiful mansion with, you know, beautiful scenery. Meanwhile, Kenya's doing her video look like somebody's fucking, you know, basement studio. And they showed Phaedra looking like she was playing around while Kenya was more serious. And I noticed they only showed outtakes from Phaedra's video. They didn't really show any outtakes from Kenya's video. And I know there were a whole lot of fucking outtakes. But the crazy thing is, people have been wondering why Kenya's video took so long to come out. Phaedra's video came out months before Kenya's video, where everyone sort of thought they were going to come out around the same time. No, I finally found out why, and I'm showing you on the side over here what happened. Now, what happened was Kenya reshot her video. She's not on the same set. She probably waited to see what Phaedra's looked like. Said, "Oh shit," because Phaedra's trailer alone looks awesome. You know, I'm gonna get both videos just to see them. I may not buy Kenya's video, but I really want to see the videos themselves and get the full quality. From what I see, Phaedra's definitely blows Kenya's out of the water. And you know, Kenya reshot her video. She knew damn well there was no way in hell that she was going to get away with that 90s looking set. And she has a much better up-to-date set now. But I'm still not a Kenya fan, so I'm still not interested in whatever exercise that she's doing. It ended with Greg asking Nene to marry him again. And obviously this is once again another staged event, because if you've been watching the blogs, you already saw, you know, her Twitter and Instagram of how he proposed, where he proposed, all that shit. You know, all the way down to the flowers on the floor and the chocolates on the pillow. So obviously they restaged that proposal, which was funny, you know. But I'm looking forward to the next episode, which is the season finale. which is Kenya's masquerade party, where we see her throwing somebody out. They didn't show who. Cordell and Peter about to get into a fight. And just a whole lot of drama. And then we had 3 reunion specials after that. I'm not looking forward to that. Reunion specials for me just feel like they're dragged out. They save all the shit for the very end of the episode and then it to be continued. So you watch probably 40 to 50 minutes of filler only to get to the stuff they show you the commercial at the end. So we'll have to get ready for that. So that's my review. I'm going to add my teaser trailer. And I do have my Braxton Family review link below if you want to check me out for my Braxton Family review. And enjoy your day. This very snowy spring day. And check with me out later. My next review is going to be Braxton Family Values. It's Monday, so it comes out on Thursday. So that's my next upcoming review. And tonight, Love and Hip Hop. So I got to review tonight's Love and Hip Hop. So check out those reviews, and I will put the links on once they're reviewed and on YouTube. And I will talk to you soon.